Well, we're here this morning with Kevin Warner, who's the Sales and Marketing Director at Profine. Morning, Kevin. Nice to see you.
Yeah, good morning, Chris. You okay?
Absolutely. Thanks very much. Looking back through your record, you don't seem to be able to get away from Profine, and you obviously like Huthwaite. You keep returning.
Yes. I didn't expect that one. Yes, I had 10 good years at Commoning, left late 2017 to join Huthwaite or Sincil at the time. And then we all know what went on over those two and a half years. And then with the acquisition and me going into aluminium for 18 months, the call was made, do you want to come back? And it was one of those decisions. It was a case of, you know what, if it was anyone else, I'd have probably stayed put, if I've got to be honest. And I thought, you know what, I've worked with Rob before for 10 years, and I thought, you know what, let's see this one out. So it was in my Commoning's in my DNA, full stop. So
yeah, I mean, you've been in this industry for what, over 30 years, haven't you, really?
Yeah, 91 when I first joined with Status Systems, and that was in a mess as well. So yeah, I had good 14 years there. So yeah.
So profile really is in your background very much, isn't it, all the way through?
Yeah. It has. It's as you say, starting off as an area sales manager back in '91, working under several people, the likes of Gary Morton, Roy Shipley, God bless. And it was just one of those. It was a learning curve, but it was an education, and I just took a lot of that with me through the progression in my career.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I was given that opportunity then with the Profine Group back in 2008, which again, that was in a mess. It was ready to close, and people was asking why have I turned up there, because they're on about pulling out of the UK. And with hard work and Robert and the team, we managed to turn that round into very good business. So yeah, and that took another 10 years. So, but when I look back, it's gone very quickly, Chris. The time is just.
Yeah, it's a bit frightening. That's the penalty of growing older, I think. Everything goes fast.
That, yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah.
Well, you've gone through sort of troubled times to a certain extent, but come out the other end. But of course, we're in other troubled times now. And I have got to mention, obviously, Ukraine, and you're doing quite a lot to raise money to help people there and so on. Can you just tell us a little bit about the problems that you've got out there?
Well, as you know, we've got a plant out in the Ukraine on day one when it all started, and there was attacks already on the Ukraine. We quickly closed. The owner quickly closed the plant and got everybody to say, look, get to safety, do what you do. And that's why I think within a few days after that, Peter Rosick decided to start the fund, and there's €150,000 pledged immediately, which is very good of him. And, but as I say, none of us expected it. I don't think Peter expected it. Even 3 days before, 4 days before, everything just seemed relaxed. So yeah, the most important thing was the safety of the staff. We had quite a few hitting, because we had a lot of engineers out there. So quickly they needed to get to different borders, which I believe now they're all safe and out. So yeah, it's been, none of us expected that, Chris, to be honest. On top of that, we've tried to do everything as well at Huthwaite. You've seen it on social media. There's the Just Giving page. People have donated clothes, money. It's been good. I've heard of staff within Huthwaite go to the local supermarket, spend £30 on tins, and come back, get all boxed up, which is it's just great to see. So we can. It doesn't how much we do, as long as we do as long as all of us do something little, it'll all help.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it all comes to hopefully. But that's another question. Is we'd like to see the end of this very soon. But that is the $1 million question.
Yeah, I've got to ask the question: does that affect your supply at all?
No. We supplied material to the Ukraine was an extruder, so it's we supply material to those guys. So they just extrude for their own marketplace. So it's no different to us now extruding in the UK.
Right.
So they just have material going into the Ukraine.
I mean, we've got through the whole COVID period, and we had problems with supply there and everything. I mean, how's it gone for you now? Are you back now to sort of full supply?
Yes, we are. We're in a very good position as we speak. Our availability of product is around 98%. So that's good. We have still challenges like everyone else, but there's I can go into that later. There is investment that's going in, but now from availability is 98%. The noise level has dropped significantly. So and that's been down really. And I've got to say this is down. Robert came in last March, and I think there was quite a bit of turmoil. But as the year has gone on, we've got on top of it, or the team have got on top of it. So yeah, things are looking good in that respect on availability and the balance of products as well. Our biggest challenges, of course, is the actual supply chain, raw materials, costs. None of that. None of us know where that's going. Well, we do, but hopefully, we can just keep a control of that. But that is out of our hands. It's the same for all markets at the moment.
How do you think that's going to affect the market going forward? Because obviously there's got to be price rises coming through to the public. We know obviously inflation is there. We've got taxes. We've got all these wonderful things. What's going to happen to demand, do you think?
I think the key factor to me, and always has been and still will be, the end of Q2. And I've said this even before what was going on with the Russian-Ukraine. I always said, let's look at the end of Q2, because it all depends on, will people want to go on holidays? But again, now with what's happening recently, will people now hold back? It's a good question, Chris. I think we'll know more, and I think we'll still be okay, because we still have a band who in the UK where they have got cash. So I still think we'll still be okay. I still think there'll be a demand, because I think that, as I say, holidays now, yes, it was on my wish list, but I'm thinking now with what's going on, you're restricted on where you go, where you want to go, and you think, hang on a minute, let's just hold back a few extra months and let's see what happens. So yeah, I still think we should be okay. And also the different products available, what's available out in the market as well. There's still a demand for new houses, but not the new build, but people moving on the housing market. A lot are still, they're still having extensions, single-story extensions still there. So what do you get? Bifolds, new kitchen, and a lantern roof. So there's always money being spent, and always will be. But I still think it'll ease off a little, but it won't. I can't see it dropping that much. So let's wait and see.
Well, you've mentioned products there, because of course you've got, apart from Commerling, you've got Warm Core, you've got Evolve, and you've got Legend. Those are the four main products, aren't they?
Yes, we have. As you say, you got the Warm Core is sitting right for new build regulations. We've got the VS manufacturing. You've got two window suite. We've got 3 window systems as well. So that allows you to get, over exclusivity with that other brand, with the Legend brand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're in a good place. And that was, going back to your earlier question, when I left Commerling and came to Sinsil, was because of those additional products.
Yeah.
It was those ready-made products that attracted me to a different marketplace. So that's it allows us now to focus as well on the installer market as well as the fabrication market, because that is shrinking. We all know that is shrinking.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that, because it's by having Legend in there, you've widened the scope, haven't you, quite dramatically for Commerling?
Yeah. Yes, I say Legend is still. Legend is a very, very good system. It already meets the new build. It's ideal for your new build sector. So it ticks all the boxes there, as well as your Commerling ticks the boxes. And it's a product, as I say, when you're in a town and somebody wants Commerling, you can now offer Legend, completely different branding, completely different system, but it still offers a chamfer and a Lovelo. But so it's for me and the team, it's a luxury, Chris. To be honest, it's a nice luxury. It's a nice to have. And then you've got the other benefits of your ready-made products, your VS and warm core bar length as well. So yeah, it puts us in a good position.
So will we be seeing all those products at FIT?
Yes, you will. The stand has now been signed off last week. Design is really good. Really pleased with the stand. It's very rare I get excited about stands, but this one I'm really, really pleased about. So Ian has done some good work with the guys. But yes, we'll be showing, we'll have Commerling product, Legend product, warm core product, vertical sliding product, 76mm and 88, because we've got to start looking at the next 5 years for when these U values start coming down again. So we need to have products available. So what we will do is we'll be exhibiting, what is available within the group and then what we can bring to the UK. No different, Chris, to 2010, when it was a trip over to Germany. We noticed these lift and slide doors, and suddenly, Stefan and myself said, right, can we get these into the UK? And suddenly it opened up a new marketplace for heavy duty lift and slide doors. So we will do exactly the same with the 88mm and the 76, is to see what, get some interest and then bring those into the UK.
So is that what is going to be the new thing shown at FIT, or are you going to sneak in a new product that none of us suspect?
Well, there will be another product on the 70mm range, and it's been a long time coming. But there's an old saying: it's nice to go to the party late. Of course, we'll have the flush sash on show, and with the way it's been designed with the building regs in mind. So you've got the 6 chambers already, so we can meet the 1.2 U value. On top of that, we've designed a steel that creates an extra chamber. So without going into expensive glass or doing anything different to the product, the we already meet we meet those regs with the new flush sash. As I said, it's been a long time coming, but it puts us now on the front foot, because I know others who got in there early was based on 3 and 4 chambers. So I'm quite pleased about that. And looking at the floor plan, I think there's only 2 of us there, really, 2/3 tops. So does it bother me if everyone that was there? Not really. But on this occasion, I'm thinking we haven't had a show now for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Everybody will think, let's go see what's there. And so we'll be in a good position, not only for the for the bar length and comling side, but also for the installers as well, with the ready-made products that we'll be showing. So yeah, it's I always look forward to the old Glass-X. It's how you work these shows, and you've got to go to enjoy and work hard on these shows. Otherwise, you're best off keeping your money and not doing it. So yeah, looking forward to this one.
It's interesting what you say there about coming late to the party, because there is some definite advantage to that. The only downside is, do you feel that you may have missed out on a certain amount of business by not having the flush earlier?
Possibly, yes. I'm not going to disagree with that. I wanted that product. I've left this business now 4 years, and I wanted it 4 years ago. So you can imagine if I think they went down one avenue and it didn't quite work on the flush sash. If they'd have gone with what was suggested at the time, we'd have had that share, correct? But you would still have to adopt it now to meet the new building regs. So, but look, there's still a marketplace out there, and it's just to grab that market share. It's as simple as that, Chris.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was looking this morning, because you're doing what, about 450,000 tons of profile as a group.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, it's as a group, we're aiming. This year's target was for €1 billion for the group.
Right.
So that gives you the size of what's behind us. So that was the overall, and I think that will. We'll be on target for that.
And in 22 countries around the world.
Yeah. And that's why it's good to tap in, and that's why we encourage to tap into the German colleagues. We've always got visitors here, Chris, from Germany. They want to help us. They want to support us. They've been really they're good as gold. Within the last 4 weeks. We've had the owner visit us. I've had the chief operations officer over, and you've got others coming over helping on warehousing, and it's great. A lot of youth coming through as well. So not only is it a building for the future, but we're also building it with the youth as well. So it's in a good place. It really is.
Well, let's talk about that support in the way of investment, because there's a fair amount of investment coming in, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Look, when it was first purchased, it needed there was focus on a certain area, and so now that area has been there's real focus on that, and of course it's common knowledge was that extrusion hall, and there's no secret about that. But we've already got 25% of the lines now to the Profine spec. And what I mean by the Profine spec, it's what we had over in Berlin, and that was a luxury. So the first thing to do is to get that spec. You can't do it overnight, Chris. We can't do that overnight. It takes stages, but there's a considerable amount of investment, and I'm not talking tens of thousands. I'm not talking hundreds of thousands. We're talking of a few million here, and it needs it, and that plant needs it. And so the plan is by the end of June, we'll have 50% of those extruders to the Profine spec.
Wow.
And then by the end of, and that is enough to keep the commoning volumes. We're comfortable with that, but the plan is for the end of year 23 is to have complete conversion, and the money's there. And we've been told the money's there, spend it wisely, and that's what we're doing.
With the idea, presumably, of liberating a few more fabricators to the Comling brand.
Well, of course, there's always that, and also trying to support the existing customer base as well. So it's okay bringing on new business, but if it falls off at the other end, so the idea is to capture, keep it, but also grow. And that's why, I'm looking at other initiatives to support that. Because as I said earlier, there's roughly 1,250 fabricators now. Chris, we mentioned it earlier, when I first joined 30 years ago, that was 3,000.
Yeah.
So that's kept me busy all of those years. But now, when you're looking at 1,200, and we've probably got around 10%, 12% of that market, probably a little bit more. But that's just on the commoning side. If I add in the Legend, then yeah, I'm probably at 15% of that. We're already supplying. But there's always one or two. There's always. Since I've been back, I've had one or two phone calls, come and see me. So it's good. So yeah, but at least I'll be comfortable with the volume, what we've got there. So we've got not just the commoning, you've got the Legend to extrude as well. Yeah. And who knows? Yeah, it could be 76. After that, it could be 88. Who knows, Chris? But the first thing, the most important thing is to get that plant running to the Profine spec. Because I had that luxury when the 10 years I had previous, I had that luxury, and it makes life easier. Trust me.
Yeah. Can we just touch on this big question of sustainability? Are you sort of going down the route of everybody else and looking at sustainability in a big way?
Yes, it's in fact, I'm part of a bi-monthly catch-up meeting with the group, and regarding sustainability, and everybody, and one or two out in the marketplace think sustainability is just about recycling. There's more to it than that. There's repair, reuse, it's recycle. We're on with that. We're on with the recycling initiative, which we'll go into later on. But we're looking at consumption, the power stuff as well. People forget about a lot of this sustainability. People forget about people. It's get stuff, keeping the stuff, training the stuff, looking after them, and so yeah, we're doing everything. We have what we call a fact book of putting all the facts together for not just for the UK. I share that then with the German colleagues, say every 2 weeks. We have an half hour, 45 minutes discussion, and we just take bits from each other. Well, we've done this, we've done that, we're doing this. This is what we're doing, and so yeah, it is a hot topic. But as I said earlier, it's not just about recycling. On top of that, I've got zero pellet loss, so we've got that in the armory as well, and also our protective tape is now recyclable as well. So everything, Chris, we are looking at everything, and we have things in place. Do we shout about it as loud as others? No, we don't. But look, at the times, let's get everything in place, and then we can shout about it later, and then we'll just start doing it. We don't need to be, shouting all about it, because there's more to it than recycling. So yeah.
I mean, you say that, but we hear an awful lot about the recycling side from your competitors. How do you go about that recycling when it comes to commoning?
We have a process in place now where it's recently started, where we collect waste. There's the post-production we collect, and also we are looking at another initiative as well, which I don't really want to go into too much detail. We have a partner in the north of England, so we've got that loop. So everything now is actually recycled in the UK. So we now can supply the group. Chris, it'd be great for you to come up. You come up here and have a walk around, and you can see probably the last time you came up when it was the old Sincil site to what it is now, and you'll see what we're achieving. And so we are sending recycled material back to the group.
Right.
At the same time, we're also bringing in recycled tools for us as well. So it's it's on our agenda. It's discussed every 2 weeks. It's discussed in senior management meetings. It's discussed in sales meetings. So as I say, there's a lot. As I said, there's a lot more to it. You know, we're even looking at solar panels. You can imagine we have a lot of roof on this site. So we've got an ideal. There's an ideal opportunity there to put panels on. So we are looking at everything. So even down to deliveries. You know, what transport we use. You know, it's a continual. We're discussing on a weekly basis.
So do you reckon that you're up there alongside everybody else, or do you feel kind of leading the way on
I would say, I'd be honest, I think we're in line with everyone else. It's just that we'll shout about it, when we need to.
Yeah.
At the same time, let's just get on with our business. As you say, this business has gone from being a distributor to an extruder. That's brought its challenges, which I've been open about. So, but when, as in time, Chris, it'll all start. You'll start seeing a lot more PR, and so yeah.
Kevin Warner, thank you very much. I really enjoyed that, and thank you for being so open. And I shall look forward to seeing you at FIT, if not before. As you say, I would very much like to come down to Huthwaite again.
Yeah, come and see us, Chris. Yeah, come and see us.
I shall look forward to that. And Kevin Warner, Sales and Marketing Director of Profine, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Cheers, Ed. Thank you. Bye-bye.